The mistakes at WrestleMania 42 gave people a lot to talk about. In fact, the event itself gave people a lot to talk about. The first night of the event was heavily criticized for many moments that for some fans were unnecessary. But anyway, if my voice doesn't sound very good, it's because I completely lost my voice on the first night of WrestleMania 42. So, for now, I'll keep this brief, and today I'll present to you 5 mistakes that happened at WrestleMania 43 night when 5. Becky's entrance. This was one of those moments where the magic of WWE production is broken in a very obvious way. And the worst part is that it happened on the biggest stage. This mistake was purely a matter of timing. The band was on a special platform, and as soon as Becky Lynch's music started, the main vocal track was triggered in the sound system at Allergy Stadium. The problem was that Dan was still adjusting his microphone and putting on his headphones. The fans at home and in the stadium heard the voice perfectly clear while he still wasn't close to the microphone. When he realized the mistake, Dan Campbell tried to catch up with the lyrics to match the track's rhythm, but this created a strange echo effect in the broadcast since his actual microphone was open. For about 15 or 20 seconds, the studio voice and his live voice were clashing with each other, which even became a big distraction for Becky's walk to the ring. As WWE usually does, it's very likely that in the replays and in the highlights package they upload to YouTube, the audio will be completely replaced by the studio version or a cleaner sound take to hide the mess. It was a shame because the energy of the song fit perfectly with Becky's attitude, but this ended up being the topic of conversation on social media for all the wrong reasons. 4. The fall. The return was a sublime moment. She appeared as a replacement for Nikki Bella and would end up becoming the women's tag team champion alongside Brie. However, when Becky had her moment to shine in the ring, Lash Legend appeared to intercept her. A cameraman who was at ringside was recording the action up close. However, while trying to adjust and move for a better shot, he ended up falling and the camera hit the ground. The laughter in Allegiant Stadium was very loud and could even be heard on television. After that, nothing more was known about the cameraman, but at least his fall was captured live and in first person. A mistake that no one would want to experience, especially with more than 50,000 people present. 3. IShowSpeed's entrance. Logan Paul headed to the ring to kick off WrestleMania 42 along with IShowSpeed and Austin Theory. The 3 men came out to the tune of the Visions theme song, but during the entrance, the screen showed a succession of camera cuts covering both the entrance ramp and the arena. However, it became clear that one of the cameras was not properly secured at the moment its feed cut out. In the box, there was simply no image and it appeared gray. This photo shows the image on the screen right when the technical failure became visible. They managed to fix it quickly, allowing the 3 wrestlers to complete their entrance as planned. Although the entrance seemed to suggest that IShowSpeed was part of the Vision group, the outcome of the match made it clear that he was not. Number 2, Leaf achieves glory. Morgan's incident at WrestleMania 42 was a pretty visible production error due to the complexity of the effects they were trying to coordinate. Liv Morgan was debuting a new entrance that included a one-piece suit layered over her gear, which was supposed to be ripped off by her dancers at a specific point on the ramp to reveal her wrestling attire. The problem was the excessive force and the angle. The assistants pulled the material back and down while she kept walking forward, which created a braking effect that almost made her fall backward. After the initial pull, the lower part of the suit did not come off cleanly. The pieces of fabric from the pants were left hanging near her boots, which caused her to trip when she tried to resume the dance steps. For several seconds, Liv Morgan could be seen struggling with her feet to shake off the excess material while the cameras tried without much success to change angles to cover up the mistake. It was the first time Lee used his new theme music live. Since the choreography was tightly synchronized with the song, the stumble threw her off rhythm. A moment of doubt was visible on her face, briefly breaking her villainous expression as she tried to decide whether to stop, fix her outfit, or keep walking. This kind of wardrobe mishap is common at regular events.
WrestleMania, debido a que las entradas son mucho más elaboradas de lo habitual y a menudo no se pueden ensayar con el vestuario completo hasta el mismo día del evento.
A spear that looked promising, Bron Breakker's botch was particularly striking because it happened during his big surprise return. After being out of action for not being medically cleared in time, his intervention was meant to be the explosive moment of the night, but the technical execution did not go as expected. Bron Breakker showed up to interfere in Seth Rollins' match, who was facing Gunther. After previously attacking Rollins outside the ring with a solid spear, the plan was to finish the sequence with a second one, but
después de correr toda la longitud de la rampa de WrestleMania, pero
an error occurred due to a problem with perception of speed and distance. Bron is known for being one of the fastest wrestlers in the industry. I mean, there's no doubt about that, but running from so far down the ramp, he came in with a momentum that was hard to stop or adjust. At the moment of impact, Bron seemed to jump too early, or Seth Rollins moved slightly away from the impact. The result was that Bron barely grazed Rollins' torso, and the spear ended up feeling extremely awkward and unconvincing. According to the fans, most of them blamed Seth Rollins for dodging the spear so he wouldn't take the full hit. What we are sure of is that whether it was Seth's fault or Bron's, the spear was supposed to be really incredible and impactful, but instead it turned into a botch or a mistake, which in reality the fans will continue to remember as time goes by.